This lovely Thursday. I'm so grateful that you're all here. So to get started, make sure you have a water bottle with you, some comfortable exercise clothes on, and something you can do yoga on, whether that's a mat, a towel, a blanket, the carpet, the floor, whatever you're feeling. And I generally do yoga barefoot. I know some people are more comfortable in socks or sneakers. Whatever works best for your body and your floor is perfectly wonderful with me. I do have music playing, and so if it's too loud or too quiet for you, please let me know and I can adjust the volume. And so to start, I'm gonna have everybody find a comfortable seat wherever you're at. Start the playlist over. Okay, fabulous. Okay, so we're going to use a couple of different tools today if you'd like them. It's just an option, it's not a requirement. I normally have a blanket with me. You can use a yoga blanket or a workout towel, but this can also just be a normal blanket off of your couch. It's mostly used for padding the knees or the feet if any of your joints are feeling a little bit uncomfy on the floor. I also keep blocks with me in case my body is having trouble reaching the mat or the floor, or if I want to deepen a stretch a little bit. So I'll have these handy. But if you don't have a block, you can also use books that can be placed flat on the ground to place your hands on. I don't own two books of the same height, so sorry about that. What I did learn though is that Harry Potter tends to be about the right thickness for a block. So if you have the Harry Potters, two of the later ones are a really good fit. Also, I use straps sometimes in my class. Yoga straps look a little bit like workout bands or even the strap that holds your yoga mat in place. If you don't have a strap, however, you can also use a lovely winter scarf or a belt. Okay, so if you need a moment, you can go and gather those supplies. In the meantime, while you're seated, I'd like you to begin to focus on your breath. I'm going to pause the music for just a minute while we do an opening meditation. So the way that I'll operate this class today is that we'll start with a meditation, we'll get into some stretches and some vinyasa, and then I end with a yoga nidra, which is a guided meditation that we'll do for about 10 minutes. If you would like the screen to stay on me, in the upper right-hand corner of my picture, you'll see 3 dots if you hover over it. If you click on those 3 dots, there should be an option to pin video. This will pin my face to the screen, that way you can watch me as you're doing yoga. You also don't have to do that. We ask that you keep your microphones muted, but I would love to see you if you'd like to have your video on, but I also completely understand if you'd like your video off. Either way, I'm excited to get started. So I'm gonna take a seat now, and I generally start with my eyes softly gazing at the floor in a comfy position. I like to have my palms open on my lap and begin to focus on the breath, coming in through the nose and out through the mouth. One of my favorite things about yoga practice is that it's good to hear your breath, so you don't have to pretend when you're out of breath. It's good to hear that heavy breathing. So as you begin to focus on your breath, I'm going to read you a passage that my mom sent me earlier this week. It's from a woman called Glennon Doyle, who runs a not-for-profit called Together Rising. And she opens, and I thought it was going to be a comedy video, because as it opens, she's saying, I'm not sure what day it is. It's some month in some year. I might be wearing the same outfit I've been wearing all week. And basically, I'm about to start Groundhog Day for the 2nd time in a row. And I think that pretty accurately describes how we're feeling right now, or at least how I'm feeling. Days tend to feel a little bit like Groundhog Day. So I thought she was gonna go into some comedies and a life of errors. She's got a bunch of little kids. But instead she says that in this moment, we are collectively and individually experiencing grief and loss of dreams and plans and people and events. And that's really hard. And so she tells this story of her sister getting a divorce and how she would smile through dinner and then go downstairs and spend the evening in her room grieving, crying. And every night her sister went down with a cup of tea, and as she was about to knock on the door, she realized it wasn't time to enter yet, because grieving is an important and beautiful process, albeit very difficult. And so instead of bringing the tea in, she would sit by the door with her hand right by it and just read and listen, being a silent, close support system so that her sister was never alone. One day, her sister came out a brand new version of herself, changed in amazing ways, not that she hadn't been phenomenal before, but grief had transformed her. By giving her this time to feel, she had grown into a new, beautiful version of herself, as though she was a butterfly emerging from a cocoon. So the woman, Glennon Doyle, invites us to think of this grieving time as a transformative time, where we're going into our cocoons. But she doesn't mean that this should be the time that we're getting through all of our to-do lists and life is going perfectly. She means we should allow ourselves to grieve and to feel and accept that sometimes this comes with exhaustion. And so it's okay to feel exhausted right now, and it's okay to not have a lot of energy or be crazy motivated, because that's not what this time is for. There's a lot going on in the world, in our hearts and in our minds, and we always need someone sitting by the door to tell us they're here when we're ready. So I'd like you to take a moment and close your eyes and decide who that person is for you, or what that is. For some people, it's a walk in nature, or a kiss from their puppy, or whatever it may be. And think of who you know that you have sitting vigil for you. And if you can't think of someone, please know that I am always here sitting vigil on the other side of the screen. So at this moment, I invite you to set an intention for this practice in this Groundhog Day, something to hold in your heart and on your mind while we're going through this grieving process together. I'm going to cue 3 deep breaths, both the inhale and the exhale. And I invite you to make the exhale loud and audible and powerful. And we will set that intention in our hearts and minds together. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly flutter your eyes open and lay down on your backs. I'm going to get the music started again so that we can do some stretching. Okay, so laying on your back, hug your knees into your chest, and then spread your arms out to the side like a T. Gently allowing your legs to come down to the left side, looking out over the right arm, and then up and over to the right side, looking out over the left arm. Taking some gentle supine twists as we get started. Then hugging the knees into the chest and rocking yourself to a gentle seat. From seat, we're all going to come to table. And in table, you can windshield wiper your legs back and forth to bring some movement. Or sway the hips from side to side. Then we'll inhale the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread right arm under left armpit. Your right shoulder comes to the ground. Left arm out in front of you. This is called thread the needle. And we'll take a couple of breaths here. And And inhaling, bringing left hand back on your left shoulder, right arm to the sky. Exhale, right arm back under right shoulder. And we'll take the other side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle, coming to rest on the left shoulder, right arm out in front of you. A couple of breaths here. And placing the right arm back underneath the right shoulder. Inhaling the left arm back to the sky. Exhaling left arm under left shoulder. We're going to start with a floor flow now. I just want to remind you before we start flowing and shaking that this is your practice, so please take it at your pace. You can always take child's pose where the big toes come together. Your knees are about as wide as your mat. Your hips sit back to your heels and your arms extend along the mat. Whenever you're feeling like you need a moment to just solidify in the breath, or if you're really just done with down dog to chaturanga, that's okay too. Okay, so we're gonna come back to table now. The knees should be right under the hips, shoulders over elbows over wrists. You're gonna take an inhale, lower the belly and look up. This is cow. Exhale, arc the back into an angry Halloween cat, looking at the belly button. 5 rounds of cat-cow here. Inhaling, lowering the belly. Exhaling, raising the back to the sky. One last time, inhale, lower the belly. Exhale, raise up to cat. Inhale, coming back to cow. Exhale, sit back to child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touching. Inhale, arms as wide as the shoulders. Pull the chest in between the hands, allowing the legs to uncross so that they're in line with the hips. Peel the torso off of the mat. This is cobra. Your hands are underneath your shoulders, splayed wide. Exhale, lower the chest down. Inhale, come back up to cobra. The amount of the stretch that you get is determined on how far you push yourself up. You don't want to feel crunching in your lower back, so only come as far as feels good for you. Lowering back down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. This time, bringing the hands, fingertips out past your shoulders. Inhaling up to a wide cobra. Exhale down. 2 more times on your own breath. When you're done, bringing your hands back underneath your shoulders, raising up through the knees, coming onto the balls of the feet, raising the hips to the sky in downward dog. This is the first downward dog of the practice, so I like to walk the dog a little, bending first one leg and then the other to kind of stretch out the backs of the legs. One thing that I think is really important to think about is in down dog, you want to pretend there's a string from the top of your head to the tip of your tailbone. And so if you're kind of like this, you want to think of someone pulling that string up and back. It's not about how close your heels get to the floor. It's about the line that the back makes. Taking a few more breaths here as we walk the dog. Inhale up to the toes. Exhale, step your feet to your hands. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows with opposite hands and nod the head yes. And shake it no. Closing a little bit deeper. Allow yourself the ability to bend your legs as much as is necessary. Sorry sorry, I'm gonna check the chat every once in a while, make sure no one said anything about volume. Okay, inhale, arms back up to the sky. Exhale, hands by your sides to Tadasana. Now you're welcome to walk through the flow with me first if you'd like, or you can take a moment to just watch. This flow is what we'll be building upon in our practice today. If you have Chaturanga to Up Dog in your practice, you are welcome to take it. I just won't be teaching that flow today. What we will be doing is inhale up, exhale fold. Inhale, halfway lift, so you just look up a little bit. Exhale, clamp the hands and step back to a nice strong plank, butt down. Inhale here. Exhale, you lower the knees, chest, and chin, so your butt is still up in the air. Inhale, you pull that through to Cobra, so your elbows are knitted in towards your ribs, tops of the feet are on the ground. Exhale, through table to downward dog. You can always, I normally walk my feet in a little bit, my down dog's not that long. And we'll take a variety of breaths here. Inhale to our toes, exhale, feet to hands. So that's our basic flow that we'll be building upon. Down dog can be a really strength-heavy pose, and I get tired of it after a while. So please always feel free to take child's pose if you want a breather or a temple massage, and we'll make sure to build some of those in too. So we're gonna do that basic flow 2 times through. Inhale, arms up, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Deep inhale here. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Hold for 3 deep breaths. Inhale to the toes. Exhale, feet to hands. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti to heat. One more time through. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Deep inhale here. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. This time hold for 5 breaths. Inhale to the toes. Exhale, feet to hands. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Everybody's doing great so far. We're gonna come down to our backs and open up our hips a little bit for some of the hip poses we'll be adding on. If you have a strap, belt, or scarf with you, I recommend you grab it now. If not, these are all really doable using your hands. So, you're gonna lay down on your back and take the middle of whatever you're using and wrap it around the ball of the right foot. If you're using your hands, you can grab either your thigh or your calf. It's just important not to grab the knee, that can hurt the knee. So holding onto your leg, inhale, grow it tall. Exhale, pull towards the torso. I keep a slight bend in my knee because it feels better on my leg. I don't like having my knee locked, but it depends on your own joints. And I like these reclining stretches because they allow me to get a little bit deeper than when I'm sitting down. And just breathe here. On your next exhale, opening the right leg to the side, keeping tension in the strap or blanket so that it's not just dropping to the floor, but allowing the leg to open. The further you pull the knee towards the nose, up towards the face, I guess, the more it pulls at your hip flexor. The closer you bring it down towards your opposite foot, the more room it gives your hip flexor to move. So it depends on how tense you're feeling today. Inhale back up towards the sky. Exhale, cross the right foot over to the left side. Sorry, small apartment, gonna run into my couch.
Let it go. Let it
Inhale back up. Exhale, bend the left foot so that it's sitting on the mat and cross the right ankle below the left knee. You're gonna web your fingers together behind the left thigh and pull the thigh close to you. This will access the back of the hamstring on the right side. This is called reclining pigeon. Pigeon is a really great hip opener, but it can also be very painful. And so reclining pigeon is a great way to get that stretch without the added pain. Okay, both legs up towards the sky, shake it out. And then bringing your strap or hands to the left foot, holding that one up and pulling it to your face.
let it slide. Let your troubles fall behind you. Let it shine till you feel it all around you. And I don't
And opening the leg to the left.
it's me you need to turn to. We'll get by. It's the heart that really matters in the end. Our lives are made in these small hours.
And back up to center. Exhaling, crossing the left leg over to the right side. You can look over the right hand if you'd like.
These small hours still remain. All of my regrets
Inhale back up. Exhale, plant the right foot across the left ankle below the right knee and wrap the hands behind the right thigh, pulling the right thigh towards you.
in these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate. Yeah, these twists and turns of fate. Time falls away. Yeah, but these small
And both legs up towards the sky, shake it out, hug the knees into the chest and take a couple of rocks to a seat. And then press your way up to standing. How's everybody doing? You can give a thumbs up if volume is good or put something in the chat. All doing okay? Fabulous. Okay, we're gonna build on our flow a little bit. This time, when we come back to down dog, we're gonna raise the right leg, and then we're gonna bend to the knee and bring the knee towards the nose, shifting towards a plank. And we'll do that a few times on both sides, adding in a little bit of core exercise. Okay, so we'll do that 2 times through with 3 knee crunches on each side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Deep inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, raise the right leg to the sky. Exhale, crunch the right knee in towards the nose as you shift to plank. Exhale, lay back. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, back. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, back. Plant the right foot down. Inhale, raise the left foot. Exhale here. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, back. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, back. One more time. You are all phenomenally strong. Plant the left foot down. Raise onto the tippy toes. Exhale, feet to hands. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Raise one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. And 2. And 3. Right leg back, plant it down. Raise the left leg, crunch it in. And 2. And 3. Left leg back, plant it down. Gently lowering the knees to the ground. Touch the big toes together. Knees as wide as the mat. Sit hips back to heels. Child's pose. You can take a moment to roll your head side to side from temple to temple. Refocusing the breath. Deep inhales and full exhales. Okay. Gently coming up to a seat so that you can see the screen. The next one that we're going to do, if your knees are bothering you, it's a good idea to have a blanket nearby. We're going to come from our clothes this time to low lunge. So you'll raise the foot, and then you'll step the left foot towards the left thumb as we're flowing, and gently lower the right knee to the floor and flip onto the top of the right foot. I promise to cue this all again. If you'd like some extra knee support, I hot dog fold my blanket and place it under my knee. Then I have my hands frame my feet. And the first option is to raise the arms in low lunge, holding nice and strong. Second option is to plant the right hand and open the arm to the side for a nice twist. Option 3, you'll come up onto the toes of the back foot and raise the knee, breathing onto the fingertips of the right hand. There'll be a high lunge twist. Okay? If you're following along with me, gently lower yourself out of the lunge and come back to standing. And otherwise, everybody come to standing. We're gonna do that, and we'll do it on both sides. So it'll be 2 flows, 1 flow for each side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Deep inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot comes to right thumb. Left knee lowers, top of the left foot comes to the ground. Remember again, option 1, arms come up to the sky. Option 2, left arm plants down, right arm comes up to the sky. Option 3, keeping the arms twisted, come up onto the toes of the left foot and raise the left knee, coming up onto the fingertips of the left hand. Holding strong for 2 more breaths. Gently lowering the knee if it's raised, framing the foot with the hands, and stepping right foot up to left and down dog. Inhale to the toes, exhale feet to hands. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, Samastiti to heat. 1 more time on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Deep inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot to the sky. Exhale, left foot to left thumb. Right knee lowers down, top of the right foot on the floor. Option 1, arms come up. Option 2, right hand on the floor. Left hand up to the sky. Option 3, coming onto the toes of the right foot, raising the right knee, fingertips of the right hand, and hold for 2. Bringing the hands to frame the front foot, gently lowering the right knee if it's raised, and stepping left foot back to right in downward dog. Inhale to the toes, exhale feet to hands, inhale arms to the sky, exhale thumbs to heel. Okay. So you're going to stand lengthwise along your mat now, and bring your hips a little bit more than the hips distance apart, so in a wide-legged stance. Your feet are actually going to be parallel to one another, so facing directly towards me. We're going to do a series of side lunges or side stretches. Option 1, you'll fold forward and walk your hands to frame the left foot, and walk your hands to frame the right, folding the torso towards the leg to deepen the stretch. If you choose that option, you'll want your feet actually at 45-degree angles. It'll help with the stretch. It aligns the leg a little bit nicer. If you'd like option 2, which is a little bit of a lunge, you're going to bend the left knee and bend towards the left, straighten up, bend towards the right. Just some sideways lunges. We're working on opening the hip flexors and the backs of the legs. Option 3, with your low lunge, same thing. You're going to bend towards the left, knee tracking over, but you're going to come down as far as you can towards the ground. Here's the chat really quickly. And we're going to do that for 2 more rounds. So no matter which one you chose, bending or stretching, 1, and the other side, and 1 more. Then we're going to bring our feet right underneath our hips, and we're going to do a chair for a moment. So this is just like you're sitting back in a chair. So you bring your arms towards the sky, and then you sit back like you're trying to make it into a chair, but it's not there. Give your hips a slight tuck so that your booty's not sticking all the way out. You want to tuck it slightly, and we'll hold. 3 breaths. Hands to heart center as you stand up and back to wide legs. We're going to do 5 more rounds of whichever one you chose. This time I'm going to do the side lunges, okay? So 1 round would be 1 on each side. So that's 1, 2. When you're ready, you're going to shake it out and bring those feet right back under the hips. Inhaling, arms to the sky. Exhale, sit back down into your chair. Option 1, stay here, hold your chair nice and strong. Option 2, sit back into your chair, stand, forward fold. We're going to do any option you choose for a round of 5 reps. Option 3, hold your chair, arms to heart center, and twist. And then twist to the other side. So ready? Arms up, sit back, pick your choice, 5 breaths. Okay, standing up when you're finished, take your time, shake it out. I'm just gonna do a quick time check. Okay, our next flow, so the reason that we've been working on those chairs and those lunges is to open up the hips a little bit more. For our next, we'll come to down dog through our flows. And this time, when you inhale the leg, exhale, you're actually gonna step it to the pinky. So normally you would step left foot to left thumb. This time you'll step left foot to left pinky. This is called lizard pose. And there are a few different ways you can take it. You can take it as a high-legged lizard pose with the knee up on the ball of the foot. From here you can come down onto the forearms if you'd like a different stretch. If you'd rather have the knee on the ground, you lower the knee and flip onto the top of the foot. You can stay up on the fingertips, or come down onto the forearms once more. This is one of those poses where it can be really nice to have blocks or blankets. A blanket can go under the back knee to give it a little bit more padding when you're sitting in lizard. And blocks can go under the hands to give you a little bit more distance in the chest. You'd like to be up a little bit higher. So that's the pose that we'll be working on in our flows. Once again, it'll be 2 flows, 1 for each side. Coming to standing nice and tall. Inhale, shoulders up to elbow, ears. Push your elbows, push your ears. Exhale down the back. 2 more times, inhale up. Exhale back. Last shoulder roll. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Deep inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the right foot to the sky. Exhale, right foot comes to right pinky for lizard. You can either lower the back knee or keep it raised. I'm going to lower mine and flip onto the top of my foot. You can stay up on the hands, come up onto blocks, or lower down onto the forearms. Whichever you choose, we're actually going to hold this one for 5 breaths. The hip flexors are really important. They're kind of like the junk thrower of the body. We store a lot of feelings there. And I don't know about you, but quarantine gave me a lot of feelings. So we're going to flush those out with some hip openers. Slowly raising up onto the hands if you took that variation, and bringing the right foot back to the left knee. We're just gonna step it back to table, and you're gonna step the right leg out. We're gonna do a cat-cow variation here that helps you access the hip flexors when you rotate through the pelvis for it. So you're gonna engage your pelvis a little bit more than you traditionally would in a cat-cow. So you'll inhale to cow, twisting the pelvis, tilting the pelvis up. Exhale to cat, dipping the pelvis in. 4 more times. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Coming back to a table with your right knee back under your right hip. Stepping onto the feet. Raising up to the sky. And hands to heart center. We're going to do all of that on the left side now. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back to plank. Deep inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, left foot to the sky this time. Exhale, left foot to left pinky. Taking whichever variation felt most comfortable for you. Coming back onto the hands if you lowered onto the forearms, and stepping the left knee back to meet the right. Back into our table. Step the left foot out this time. 5 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Bringing the left knee back to the right when you're ready. Stepping onto the feet. Inhaling, arms to the sky. Exhaling, hands to heart center. I'm gonna squat for a minute. If you can't totally see me in the camera, but you're gonna stay standing straight up. Sorry that my apartment's not very wide. Inhale, arms come to the sky. Exhale, catch the right wrist with the left hand and step the right foot behind the left, arcing up and over for a nice side bend. Few deep breaths here. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, catching the left wrist with the right hand, stepping left foot behind right, arcing up and over. Coming back to standing, letting the arms come down, shaking it out a little bit. We're gonna do our next round of flows with three-legged dog. You've already been doing three-legged dog, congratulations. This one just focuses on it. So last time when we lifted our leg to the sky from down dog, which we'll do from flow this time, we were already in three-legged dog. This is it. So this is option one, we'll hold here. Option two, you can bend your knee and open the hip. Option three, you can roll to the side of the right foot, allowing the left toes to touch down, back arcs towards the sky, left hand back behind you for wild thing. A little bit of a balance, guys. When you're coming out of wild thing, you'll come back onto the right foot, propelling yourself with the left, and step back to down dog. So the three options, I'll walk you through them when we get there, but we'll do it on both sides once more. So standing nice and tall, inhale, arms up, exhale, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, deep inhale here, exhale, knees, chest, chin, inhale, cobra, exhale, down dog. Inhale your right foot to the sky. Option one, hold here. Option two, bend the knee, open the hip. Option three, place your weight into your left hand and your left foot, tipping your right leg back, arcing up and over. And we'll hold for 2 more breaths. If you're in wild thing, placing the weight back into your left foot as you bring the right leg back up towards the sky. Everybody bring your right foot back down towards the ground to meet left and down dog. Inhale to toes. Exhale, feet to hands. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. You're all amazing. We're gonna do it one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back to plank. Deep inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot to the sky this time. Holding here. Or bending at the knee and opening the hip. Or placing the weight into the right side of the body and tipping over. I'm not going to do it. I tip onto my couch. Hold for 2 more breaths. Rolling back to down dog. Left foot meets right. Inhale to toes. Exhale, feet to hands. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, everybody's gonna come back down towards their mats. Yeah, now, I don't know if you're sweaty, but I certainly am. I hope you got a good workout in so far. We're gonna make our way to some stretches on the mat before our final meditation. Your choice if you would like to use the straps or not for this. You're gonna put your legs out in front of you, and then using your hands, you're gonna scoop the fleshy part of your bum out from underneath you so that you can grind into your sits bones. Your feet are going to be nice and flexed. You're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale. Imagine you're tilting the pelvis like a bowl instead of hunching over to reach. So we're growing tall in the inhale. Exhale, reaching up and then down. Hands coming to rest wherever it's comfortable. Sometimes I like to place my hands on my mat because it's a little sticky and it gives me a little bit more pull. And just breathe. Inhale up. Exhale, arms down. We're going to do it with each leg out now, and there are two options here. You can take your foot and fold it into the opposite thigh and do the same process. Or you can take what's called half hero pose, where you take your bent leg and you stick it behind you, so it's a little bit of a half split. Either way, you'll inhale the arms up, exhale, forward fold.
To break the silence, we're running away from the darkest one. Praying our lungs will
inhale up, exhale, both legs out, shake them out, and then bending the opposite knee to whichever variation feels more comfortable in your body. Inhale, arms up, exhale, forward fold.
Just listen to the heartbeat. Secrets hidden.
Bringing both legs out in front of you. We're going to take Baddha now, or butterfly pose. So you'll bring the soles of the feet together. If your hips are feeling super tight, it can help to push your heels further away from the body. It gives you a little bit more mobility. If your hips are feeling super loosey-goosey today, you can pull the heels closer to the pelvis and sit with them there. Either way, I like to grab my toes. Some people grab their ankles or the floor, whatever feels best for you. Inhale up, exhale, fold.
Heartbeat, wishing when you hold me, whispering that this was once.
Next, inhale, come up. We're going to do some seated twists. You can either keep your leg out for this or bend it in. Either way, we're going to be crossing the left foot over the right side. So if you'd like your left leg out straight, cross your left foot just above the right knee. If you'd like your leg bent, it's the same place. You just look a little bit more like a pretzel. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Your right elbow comes to your left knee. Your left hand can place back behind your left hip. Stand up straight, like you're giving someone a high five. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. With each inhale, you allow the body to grow a little taller. Exhale, we twist a little deeper.
We're running away from the darkest one. Praying our lungs will
Slowly and very gently coming back to center. Both legs out in front. Then either keeping the left leg straight or bending it in. Crossing the right ankle just above the left knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, heart center. Your left elbow comes to your right knee. You can keep your hands pressed together or press your right hand behind your right hip. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Slowly coming back to center, untwisting, shaking the legs out. Two options here. You can take Happy Baby, which I'll talk you through in just a moment, or you can take Yogi's Choice. Yogi's choice is for if you're craving any last ab exercises, inversions, or stretches at the end of your practice before our final meditation. If you would like Happy Baby, you'll lay down on your back and you're gonna bend your knees towards your armpits. You can either use your hands to grab the pinky side of your feet or take peace sign fingers and wrap them around your big toes. And then you rock side to side like a happy baby. Take your time wrapping up. I'm just going to talk you through the next part. We're going to do a short 10-minute guided meditation to wrap up our class for the day. So when you're ready, you'll bring yourself to a comfortable position on your mat. For some people, it's just seated up. For others, it's laying down on the back with the knees bent. Other people like to take what we call Shavasana pose or corpse pose, where you're laying palms up towards the ceiling, legs loosen out on your back. I'm going to stop the music for this part. Take your time to get settled. Begin to focus back on the breath. Inhales coming in through the nose. Exhales quietly sighing out through the mouth. Noticing if your heart is beating any faster than it was at the beginning of the practice. If your breath is coming heavier, faster, or slower. Just breathing. Allowing the eyes to gently shut or close if that feels okay for you. And surrounding yourself with a bubble. It's your favorite color. It might have polka dots or sparkles. Whatever brings you joy. Place yourself inside that bubble, warm and cozy, either because you're wrapped up by a fire or it's sunny and warm out. And notice where you are. Bring yourself to your happy space. Notice how the ground there feels under your toes, what the air smells like. If there are any sounds in the background of birds chirping, water rushing, or maybe your favorite music tinkling. Breathe in all of the sensations of this place. And exhale, let go of any energies which no longer serve you. With our inhales, we invite sensation into the body, filling ourselves up with clean new energy. With our exhales, we cleanse the body of that which we no longer need. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now make the breath a little bit bigger, allowing it to fill the entire body. Exhale, emptying yourself completely of breath. Continuing this slow, deep pattern of inhalation and exhalation as you allow the body to restore, the mind to rejuvenate, the heart to ease. On your next inhale, notice whatever label you have assigned to yourself. Worried, stressed, anxious. On your exhale, acknowledge it and let your breath flow right past it. New breaths will bring in peace, calm, quiet, and love. Exhales will pull away at thoughts which no longer serve us. Let go of words and meanings and just tune in to the body's feeling without any labels. Does your right hip feel heavier on the floor than your left? Are your shoulders achy? What is physically happening in your body at this moment? Take your attention and send it to the toes, allowing it to trickle through the big toe, all the way down to the pinky toe. Let it travel through the soles of the feet, the heels, swirl through the ankles, and massage its way up through the calves and over the shins. Think, relax, as the energy swirls in the knees, comforting and patting them. Think, relax, as it massages into the thighs, releasing any tension. Think, relax, as it swirls through the hips, pulling the body deeper into the mat, melting into the floor, releasing. Think, relax, as the energy undoes any knots in your stomach, relaxes any tension in the chest, and surrounds the heart with light and love. Think, relax, as it pulls the shoulders up towards the ears and rolls them down along the back, trickling down the spine to massage out any tension there. Think, relax, as it flows from the shoulders out through the tips of the fingertips, releasing any tension from the upper arms, the elbows, and the forearms. Think, relax, as the jaw loosens, the tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth, the eyelids are heavily closed, and you feel your energy is massaging the temples, up and over the brow bone, underneath the hollows of the eyes, across the cheeks, and down the neck. Think, relax, as you feel yourself completely relaxed. Just breathe. On your next breath, gently wiggle the toes and massage the fingertips with the pad of the thumbs. When you are ready, hug the knees into the chest and gently roll to the right side for a few more deep breaths in your practice. When you're ready, pressing yourself into a comfortable seat, eyes soft, or gazing lightly at the floor in front of you. Thank yourself for your practice today. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. By the mercy of my teachers, the light within me honors the light within all of you. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope to see you all again next week at the same time. Have a beautiful weekend, and thank you so much. Your practices were all incredibly beautiful, and it's been a pleasure to practice with you today. I'll be around for the next 12 minutes if anybody has any questions or comments. Otherwise, enjoy this beautiful sunshine, or whatever the weather is wherever you are.
Thank you, Marley.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
They may say you're too small, you're too young to do it all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
They may say it's not enough. Leave your dreams collecting dust, but there's a fire that you can't hide.